it's Sweetie Pie and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first video you are watching of mine. Holy smokes, is this going to be a long one. I am sorry about the background. I am just so hyped up. I have so much product in front of me, guys. Today I'm going to do my best of beauty. This is the first best of beauty I am doing, and it is for 2017. We're going into 2018 with a bang. Alright guys, so I am going to start off with the first thing I put on my face and then kind of like work around from there. They're not going to be in serious chronological order as to what I put on my face, but I'm going to try a bit. I have a big huge bag that I'm going to put the products that are on my table into the bag so that I don't like repeat any or anything like that, because there's a lot of them. There's probably at least 40 products here, so I'm not going to go over anything like super crazy, but stay tuned if you'd like to know what my best of beauty is. Oh, and I did want to just note, disclaimer, this best of beauty is going to be not just brand new products out from 2017. This is just new products to me in 2017 that I enjoyed. Alright guys? Alright guys, so the first category is going to be, of course, primers. And I do have a little bit of skincare, but I will get to that kind of more to the end of the video. Anyway, so what do I have here? 1, 2, 3 primers. Oh, and I do want to mention this one. I think that's everything. So yeah, guys, I have 4 primers here. Now, 3 are favorites throughout this year, and then this one here is something that I am wanting to buy a full size of. I've never liked a primer this much, actually. Now, as I've gone through like primers and what I like about them, I have found that I actually prefer hydrating primers most of the time, because a lot of pore filling primers just have not been working for me. So the ones that I used at the beginning of 2017 are definitely the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer. And I would say this is really good if you do have acne problems. I did not break out from my foundation or my primer while using this. My skin just seemed a little bit clearer, so that really, like, I was breaking out a lot at the beginning of this year. My skin has calmed down quite a bit since then, so I'm really happy about that, because I was doing everything in my power to just stop my breakouts from happening, and this did help quite a bit. Okay. The next primer I wanted to talk about is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Stick It to Pores Mattifying Pore Priming Stick, and it looks like this, and it is like a balm stick. This one is a little bit like, I don't know, it's a little bit different. This is the first pore stick or pore primer that I found that, because I can really rub it into like my piercings here that I like to cover, or just like the bigger pores I have here, I can put enough on and it's thick enough that it really does kind of cover the pores a little bit better than, like, say, the Porefessional. So I did enjoy that quite a bit. The 2 primers that I loved for the hydrating side are the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. I have had like 3 samples of this, and then finally, as a point perk, I got a 500 point perk, and finally I got the full size, and it is amazing. If you have dry skin, it is the prettiest, no smell, and it just is just really hydrating, really pretty. Your foundation will go on great. I use that with the Fenty foundation all the time. And another one that I love and that is just as good as the Laura Mercier, and I'm not sure which one's more expensive, is this Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer by First Aid Beauty. I got a sample from a point perk or something like that, and oh my gosh, this primer changed my freaking life. When it comes to hydrating primers, this one smells good, and it still has a little bit of that really smooth kind of texture to it. I really was happy with this, and I really would like to get a full size of it. So the next category is foundations, and I only have 2 foundations that I was die hard for this year, and they are the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation. This is my holy grail. full coverage foundation. I have been like using this, and I did buy it at the beginning of last year, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to use this up. I really love this foundation. If you love full coverage, you know, you want kind of like, I don't want to say a mask, but a very full coverage, will cover mostly anything, as long as you don't have super dry patches. I think oily skin would love this. You'd have to obviously put setting powder on top of it, but most of the time you do anyway. And then for the like lighter coverage foundation that I love to wear to work every day and that kind of jazz is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. This is actually my second bottle. The first bottle is actually in my empties, and I'm sure I'll do an empties video soon. But but yeah, those are the two foundations that were great for me this year. So blushes. Blushes are always something that are kind of like a favorite, but not a favorite. I found a lot of good blushes this year, and I don't even know, I should probably do powders before blushes, but I told you it wasn't going to be in order. I wrote them down, not in order. Alright, so the blushes that I have been loving in 2017 are mostly low-end blushes, or they're like less expensive than like really high-end. And the first one that really, like, oh my gosh, look at this. Can you see the scratches in this? This is the Sephora Contouring Blush Palette, and if you like shimmery blushes, you will absolutely love this. This is so pretty, and I'm not sure about really dark skin tones. This one right here, oh my gosh, this would be great actually on some medium to dark skin tones. That looks a little yellow on camera, but yeah, this one right here reminds me a lot of the NARS Orgasm blush, where it has a little bit of gold shimmer in it. When you put these on the cheeks, they're beautiful. Even this one right here, you may not see much in the pan, but when you get it onto the cheeks, it is the most beautiful neutral blush. Oh, it's beautiful. So I would highly recommend this. I do have a video on it, and I was kind of like weary of putting videos that I've done on these products because I know I won't be able to fit all the cards in, but I will try to, you know, fit as many cards in as possible for you guys. Okay, so the next two blushes that I've used these all freaking year long. These are the Essence Satin Touch blushes, and I've actually broken like one of the containers because, oh, yep, see, this one's almost broken, and yeah, this one is completely broken. The colors are Satin Coral and the other one is Satin Love. And they're just really neutral blushes that work for every single occasion, and that is something that I really love, is that it works. Alright, so like the next thing I want to talk about is bronzer and contouring products, and this kind of goes with the blushes as well, because the blushes in this palette are gorgeous. This is the Urban Decay Jean-Michel Basquiat Collection face palette. And it looks like this. And I am telling you right now, everything in here I have loved. You can probably see by the pans. The bronzer is a little bit, it's not orange, it's a little more on the brown side, but I use it all the time and have loved it. And the blushes are very pigmented and pretty. Oh, this X-rated one. Oh, if you love like pinky blushes. And the highlight is very pretty as well. I've worn the highlight on many, many occasions. And there's that. So yes, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up anymore. I think it is limited edition. So sorry about that, but it was an amazing palette. Absolutely phenomenal. Alright, so the other bronzer that I have been using a lot this year is this little sample of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Now, I don't know if you can see, but the pan is pretty mangled. And I literally think I'm probably going to do a project pan on this year so that I can, you know, use up some of these products that I have. And I probably will not get the full size because I'm trying out so many bronzers, but this is a good one. I don't really have anywhere to swatch it, but I will try. It is just the perfect gray brown type of shade, and I have been in love with it. All right, another contouring slash bronzer. I would definitely say, I guess this is more of a bronzer than a contour. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick by Benefit. Oh my God. Okay, I had a small sample of this and I was like, wow, this stuff is amazing. If you like a quick bronze, like this is great. You just like shoot, 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 shoot all over your face and bam, you can blend it out in like seconds. The only thing is be very careful. This is a really like humectant product. So when I first bought it, I was like putting it on and it accidentally broke inside, and yeah, I kind of dropped it on the floor and I had to save it. I was not going to get a new one just because it got dropped on the floor. I'm sorry, judgment, please no judgment. Anyway, this is a bomb, probably one of my very favorite products of 2017 that was actually out in 2017, I think. Yeah, maybe, I think. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh my gosh, people went nuts for highlighting this year, and I'm just looking around. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different highlighters that really stood out to me this year that were just bang, bang for me. The first one was my very first ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. This is in Smokin' Whistles. And I'm just going to swatch it down my wrist for you guys. This is, and it's like their Super Shock, oops. Probably should put it on an area you'll be able to see. So there it is right there. And these are the most blinding, buttery, beautiful highlights I have ever used, and I have meant to get some more of them. Sephora actually has a kit with like 3 or 4 of them in there. And also I'd like to try some of their cream blushes as well. They're not really cream, they're just an odd like super formula. And anyway, I want to get some of their blushes. They have a purple one that is just like, I want to try it so badly. All right, so anyway. Then for the other powder highlight, I chose the Backlight Highlighting Palette by BH Cosmetics. This is beautiful. If you like, you know, the Anastasia Moonchild, you are gonna love this, and it's like half the cost. These are so buttery, and like this silver, like, oh my God, this silver. This silver is absolutely like stunning. And the other, like, oh, let me just swatch one more for you guys, because you really do need to go pick up this palette. I will swatch Electric and I will swatch On Point. Now, these can be a little bit powdery if you're not careful, but they will buff into the skin like you would not believe. They're absolutely gorgeous. Then I have 2 liquid highlighters because they were quite the rage this year as well. And the first one I have is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in Celestial. I do not have a full size of this. I will never buy a full size of it. At Christmas, they actually came out with a 4-set, what was it? I'm sorry, I'll put a picture of it right here. And I bought it up immediately, and literally I've been going like every month to Sephora and getting the little samples, and I got 2 of them of this just because it's $52 and I would never use it, and I'm so thankful they came out with these. These are beautiful highlights. No matter what color you get, it's gonna be beautiful. And another one that this is kind of what I would call a mix-in, and it's what I've been mixing into my foundation. And I honestly, I've almost used it up. And it is the Perfect Gleam by Annabelle, and it is in Aurora. And it comes in this small bottle here. And it just creates a very pretty glow with no glitter or anything like that. It's just shimmer. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about were concealers. I have quite a few concealers that I have been digging on most of the year. So the first one, which is the one that I bought at the very beginning of this year, was this little like set. And what it was Benefit's concealer kind of range. You got the Boing concealer in 1 and 2. You got the Erase Paste, the Eye Bright, and the Lemonade. I'm pretty sure I pretty much love all of them. The Eye Bright is the only one that is a little bit hard, but still workable. And then the Erase Paste is amazing. As you can see, I'm about to finish this. I'm going to do a project pan on these little guys, and I'm going to finish these up. The Boing concealer, again, like this is number 2. I've used this so much. Oh, I love these products. The Lemonade is great as an eye primer. They just have good cream products. They're very good. Then another concealer that I really loved that is actually pretty new is the Sheer Envy Color Correcting Cushion Wonder by Hard Candy. This one is the peach one, and it is a cushion just like that. And I love these. It is just a light concealer that you can use under your eyes, and you don't even have to use another, like something else over top of it. Oh my gosh, Melissa. Okay, and then the other concealers that I like for like an everyday type of deal is the Instant Age Rewind. Tati talked about this so much, I had to go get it. The first color that I got was in Light, and it is this one, as you can see, getting down low, and it has one of those like pump applicators. Now, the only thing I do not like about it is the sponge applicator, which I have washed, but when I bought the Illuminating Brightening one, which I do like, I don't like it as much as this one, but I do like this quite a bit. It has a pinky hue to it. Stay up. I accidentally busted the this thing right off of it. So I'm not actually unhappy with it. You click it up and then it comes out, and oh, I'm running out of room. And as you can see, the illuminating one is like a pink hued one, and then this one is just in like the regular colors. And then last but not least, this has been like, I think I've only had this for a couple months now, but it has easily become my favorite, concealer. Wow. And it is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I have mine in Fairly Light Neutral. This is an amazing concealer. This covers my dark circles. It does not crease like a whole bunch on my eyes. I've been having like such a good under eye days using this. I highly, highly recommend people that have really creasy eyelids or like under eyes, go and get a sample of this and just try it out. It is a little bit thick, so you may not like that, and you know, you do want to figure out what you actually like. Go get a sample of it. I think you actually might like it. All right, guys, so let's get into the next one. All right, so the next, and definitely my favorite, I really kind of whittled down like the favorites that were like really, really big hits for me this year for eyeshadow palettes. I am the eyeshadow palette hoarder. I have so many, and there were so many that I loved, but I had to think about not just in the last 5 months, but prior to that as well. So the ones that I first started with kind of were the Too Faced, they were the Grand Hotel Cafe palettes. A lot of people didn't like these. I loved them. I use these palettes so much. The least favorite is probably the Peppermint Mocha, but my most favorite is probably the Gingerbread Cookie. That shade right there, Winter Dream, I have used so much, and like you do have to build it up a bit. It is this super shimmery purple shade, and I don't like disagree that you do have to build it up a bit. Usually I do use it wet and whatnot, but they were so pretty, and I was able to use them like just fine. Like there's that gold. But yeah, so anyway, I did enjoy these palettes. The Eggnog Latte, I used this one as well quite a bit. Cold Brewed was a color I really loved. I didn't mind these palettes at all. I thought that they weren't like Too Faced best shadows ever. And I did actually buy some more, like I bought this year's Too Faced, so stay tuned for that. All right, so the next two palettes are actually what I would consider like drugstore. The first one is the Modern Neutrals by BH Cosmetics. This is a great matte palette if you're looking for matte shadows to go with all your beautiful shimmers. It is just a standard matte and it has so much in it. It has like cool tones. These burgundies are so pretty and the oranges work great. I think there are a lot of tones in here, like over here, that are like pretty much the same, but all together you've got like a super mix of great colors for really cheap. I like BH Cosmetics. I like a lot of their stuff. The other thing that I found is this OTZ Pro 35 color makeup palette. You can purchase these from eBay, but I got mine from a store called Showcase in my hometown. These are some of the most pretty shadows ever. Like some of the mattes can be a tiny bit crusty, but oh, the shimmers, they are a neutral lover's dream. And probably should have, yeah, there you go. They are a neutral lover's dream. And there are so many of them in this palette. The only qualm I have about this palette right here is this bottom row right here. They're pretty much the same. So if you're looking for some really pretty neutrals to just round out your collection, some pops of orange that are gorgeous, this one is a duochrome pink, which like this was like literally $15. This, like, I've never tried a Morphe palette, but it's probably along those lines. Yeah, beautiful, lots of mattes to work with, lots of beautiful shimmers to work with. This is one of my standout palettes from the beginning of 2017. All right, the other two palettes I have are really brand new to me, actually. They're probably in like the between 3 and 4 months ranged for me. The first one is the Too Faced Best Year Ever palette. This is gorgeous. Like, Too Faced knocked it out of the park with this one for me. I have used the crap out of this. I think that all the shadows are absolutely beautiful. They blend great. There's a couple shadows in here that I was like, you didn't need it. Like, for instance, Iced Out and Glittered. They're a lot alike. The Iced Out is darker than the Glittered. Literally, leave the Glittered in, put Iced Out and use another like matte color. There are quite a few mattes in this palette though, and I can create a beautiful look from this. Like, oh my gosh, Party Over. And let's see, Pumped Up. Sleigh Bells is beautiful. Oh, Pine Cone. Pine Cone, the one matte Pine Cone is a little bit like scratchy when you swatch it, but like, oh, it goes on the eyes like a dream. And these are such, like, they're just better quality than my Grand Hotel Cafe. Like, even better than that. And I think that a lot of people didn't like Too Faced Holiday last year. This is on sale at Sephora. Go pick it up. It comes with a beautiful agenda as well. If you're into that, go pick that up. Now, my favorite of the year, I've been looking for some like really bright shades as of 2018 runs around, because I love doing bright eyeshadow looks. This is the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette. This is beautiful. I have been able to get this to such high pigment. It's insane. I think that this is so much better than half of the other, like the Take Me to Brazil with BH Cosmetics. It's okay, but the pigment is not there. Like, this red shade is just a bomb. They put quite a few mattes in here, which is what you're looking for when you want like these metallics. But even the metallics like are absolutely phenomenal. Like, these are gorgeous. And I have done a full review on this palette, like, bam! And I also was so excited because I saw Tati do a review and she really loved that palette as well. So yeah, guys, if you're looking for like a really beautiful electric palette dupe, I think that this could totally do for you. These are $35 a piece, but these are the same size as her normal eyeshadows, and you do get 9 of them. I think it was worth it. I was like, whoa, that's small when I first saw it, but there's so much product in here. You're not gonna regret buying it. I think you'll love it. All right, so that's our eyeshadows. So next we're going to do lipsticks. I don't wear a ton of lip products. I do in my videos, but I draw towards lip palettes a heck of a lot more than I draw towards lipsticks. I do have a few faves here though that I wore a lot throughout this year. The first one that I've ruined this container. I have taken this to work way too many times. I'm getting out of focus here. All right, this is the Melted Chocolate by Too Faced. It is in Chocolate Honey. This is super creamy. It is like just a throw on lip color. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a My Lips But Better type of shade. The next one is a like red. This is a red. I love this red because it doesn't seem to like, you know, go outside of the lines. I have a hard time with red lipsticks, even with lip liner. And this is the CoverGirl and Katy Perry. This is in the Crimson Cat. And, oh, the lid is just like this. And it's just a very pretty, like super pigmented lipstick, and I wore it like quite a bit at the beginning of the year. Now, towards the middle of the year, I got this in a Sephora Favorites. This is the NARS Orgasm Lip Gloss. This was my very first NARS product. This lip gloss is so pretty over pretty much any lip color. I've worn the crap out of it over top of pretty much everything. It has that peachy gold, so pretty, not too sticky or tacky, very nice. I was like really impressed by that. All right, another thing that I actually got like near the beginning of the year that I've pretty much been using all year for 90% of my videos is the Urban Decay Vice lipstick palette. This is the Junkie palette, I think. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is the Junkie palette. And as you can see, I have used these colors over and over again. They're great. This has metallics, this has mattes, this has creams, this has everything that you could need to, you know, for whatever look you're going for. I'm not big on this like little flap here, but you can totally just take it off. I've kept it on because obviously it's not like that hard to, oh no, now I can't get back on. Oh, there we go. It's not that hard to pop on and off, but I do understand that they're trying to keep them fresh, and I like that. All right, so yeah, that is everything for lips. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about are brows. Now, what I've been using for most of the year, and it is my staple brow product. Without it, I would not be able to do my brows, and it is the e.l.f. Brow Stencils. These stencils have saved my life when it comes to my brows lately. I'm trying to get the hang of it, but it's hard. All right, that's the end of that. Favorite brow product, hands down, is those stencils. Another thing that I have enjoyed is the Benefit Ready Set Brow. It's a very good brow product. I have loved it. You just spoolie it through your brows, and your brows are kind of not completely like hairspray, but very much like hairspray. All right, the two brow pencils that I've been loving are the e.l.f. Brow Pencil, and it's literally like $2. I use Neutral Brown, and then this one as well from Wet n Wild. You do have to be careful of this one because it is very pigmented and it is kind of creamy at first, and it is the Color Icon Brow Pencil. Mine is in Brunettes Do It Better. This is like $3. Very cheap, just like the e.l.f. one. One that's not quite as cheap, that is a little bit newer to me, but I have really been loving for trying to make those hair strokes at the beginning of your brows, are the Milani Brow Tint Pen. It is a felt brow tip, or a felt tip brow pen. Holy, I've been going for a while. A felt tip brow pen, and I've got a whole bunch of brow products, and it just like that, like a liquid liner. And if you keep it down like this and then you go to make those hair-like strokes, it just is very nice. Two products that I have well, they're one product, but two are the Quo brow powders. I've been trying out a ton of brow powders. With stencils, I find that powder is the best, and these Quo brow powders, I will put up a picture right here of what the package looks like. They are great. They give you like a more blonde one and then a much darker one, and you can mix the two to get your perfect brow color. Really good. Obviously, brow waxes have been a big thing for me as well, because if you're going to use powder, you need something for it to stick to. The Essence Fixing Stick, this is how much I have left of mine, and thank God the Milani brow shaping clear wax is exactly the same as this one. A little bit more expensive, but the same. And this one is like a pencil, this one's a chubby pencil, but these two have been great. I would go for the Essence if I could find it, but I can't find it anymore around me, so the Milani is just as good. All right, the last thing for brow products is the Highbrow by Benefit. I think that not only is this nice to put on your on your upper brow, but for a eyeshadow primer, it works great as well. All right, guys, so for mascara and liquid liner and pencil liner, they all kind of go together. I have got a few products. So the Better Than Sex by Too Faced has been hands down the beginning of the year's best mascara for me. I've had like 5 of these, but these are the 2 I have left in my collection right now. And also the Roller Lash has been really great. This is the first full size I've ever had, and I haven't cracked into it yet, but I wanted to show you. It is iconic, so most people know what it looks like. And then three liquid liners that have saved me have been, of course, everyone's favorite, the KatVonD. This lasted me an entire year. I have just about to throw it out, but it lasted me an entire year. That's amazing. Also, the BH liquid eyeliner, it doesn't last as long, but it is very black and nice for the first 2 months, I'd say. Very cheap though. I think it's only like $3 or $4. And the KatVonD one is $25, so big difference. And then for gel eye pencil, I would, the Essence Gel, what is it, waterproof? Yes, it is waterproof. The Essence Gel Waterproof Eye Pencil is just a black eye pencil, and it is great. Waterline, it very rarely moves unless I'm like getting stuff in my eye and whatnot, and other than that, it's perfect. Alright, so as for setting powders, I have 4 right here. Like 2 are for the face and 2 are for under the eyes. The 2 that were for under the eyes, this is the LA Girl Pro Powder. This is the banana one. I found a few bad reviews, but I really love this powder. I do realize it's a little bit on like the thicker side, but I've been really enjoying it, and it's pretty much gone. I used it like all the way through the beginning of the year, and I loved the brightness that it gave my under eyes, and it kind of filled in my pores a little bit more, so I liked it. And then for lighter days, I have really loved the e.l.f. Oh gosh, it's in this little tub. Everybody knows about it. It is their under eye setting powder. Really great. It's got like this pinky hue to it, so it really does brighten your under eyes and doesn't like crease throughout the day and whatnot. Now, my 2 favorite setting powders for my face are actually loose powders. I've been really liking loose powders rather than pressed powders lately. The first one is this CoverGirl. This is like what everybody's Nana used, but I really love this powder. This is the Professional Loose Powder. This is in the Translucent Fair 105, and it just looks like this. I've used it so much, I cracked the top of it. Like, I've used this a ton, and I do like it quite a bit for a less matte look. If I'm looking for more coverage and like a more matte look, I'm gonna go for the Maybelline Fit Me in Fair Light. This one's a little bit light for me, but I like it so that I can bronze up my face. And everybody knows it kind of looks like this in this square jar. I've been loving that powder. Really, I have been loving that powder. All right, so let's get on. I think we only have like 3 more little 3 more categories to go, and
Best of Beauty.
so the next thing I wanted to talk about was eyelashes, and I only have one pair of eyelashes that really stood out to me this year and one glue. The lashes that I loved this year were the Samantha No. 7s by Huda Beauty. The first pair I got, I actually still have them, and they're still going pretty strong. I've had them for probably 6 months now. I wear lashes probably on a weekly basis, and then I got a brand new pair, and I'm really excited to bust into them. They're just fluttery and gorgeous and beautiful. If you do not like really thick bands, it took me a long time to get used to that, so yeah, just letting you know. And then also the Revlon Precision Lash Adhesive is really great. I highly recommend it. It's quite good. Now, the last makeup category I have is setting sprays, and I have 3. The e.l.f. Mist and Set has been a go-to for me forever. It's just a nice setting spray. The Essence Instantly Matte is pretty good as well. It does make you a little bit matter, so if you don't like that, you might want to stay away from it. And this one, I didn't know if I liked it first, but I actually kind of do like it as long as I use it in a way that's, you know, like Raw Beauty Christy taught me how to use it. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and what I do is, as you can hear, you've got to shake this, and you've got to shake it well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go kind of like this and spritz it on the high points of your face. It will be beautiful for like Christmas parties. You can put it in your hair. It looks gorgeous. I highly, highly, highly recommend this, especially if you do a lot of going out. The last category, guys. Oh my God, I know. So the last category is just a little bit of skincare. I didn't get into skincare until the last bit of this year, so this is just the skincare I've been using like religiously. The first one is this Hawaiian Tropics Hydrating Face Oil-Free Sunscreen. This is really great for people like me that work. It has SPF 30. It was really good. I did not get burnt all year long. The Maracuja oil by Tarte. I use this in everything. I've used it on my face as a moisturizer. I can use it in my cream contour products if they're kind of stiff. It's a very good oil. I highly recommend it. Tea tree oil. Oh my gosh, saved me from acne. Saved me from acne. And then also this L'Occitane, the Supple Skin Oil. This is great for taking off liquid lipstick. This is great for taking off swatches. This is great to like hydrate your body with. It's a beautiful oil. I've had like 2 of these samples. They are great. I highly recommend that oil. And yeah, guys, that's the end of my Best of Beauty. I hope you guys subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys so much. Do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What were the products that you love this year? Mwah! I love you, and have a great night, day, whatever. Bye.